just west of Bhojpur. We aren't getting as many reportings from these places. But in the other regions, and I want to flag this off again, look at the JDU colors. It's there in the northern part where they generally don't tend to do well. You've got a bunch of seats here up in the Champarans and again in the southern part. You did not see this in the 2020 map. You even have about 3 or 4 seats that they're leading in Simanchal. It may change by the end of the day, I don't know, but you didn't see this in the 2020 map. The JDU is present in pockets of green across various regions of Bihar, and I think that is the difference in this election. That seems to be
supporters
the
of the
X factor.
JDU. Take a snapshot of this. Take a snapshot of this. 136 leads, and the JDU is there right up with 34, single largest party at the moment, just behind the BJP. 84 leads for the NDA, 49 for the NDA. Yes, Griha. Griha is joining us from the live.
We have a word in on Kesari, RJD star candidate. He right now is trailing Anand. Choti Kumari of the BJP is right now leading from Chhapra. So the VIP candidate for RJD is not working. Kesari, Shatrughan Yadav is right now trailing from Chhapra is what we are getting in. And it's Choti Kumari of the Bharatiya Janata Party who is leading from Chhapra.
Shatrughan is not living up to his name as of now. But that's all as of now. These are all trends. These are all trends. These are all moments that people would have to say, savor, hold on, and some would hope these trends stay. Others would hope that they get reversed.
Word, yeah.
Yes.
No. I was just pointing out that you seem to be haunted also by the ghosts of 2015.
No, I'm not haunted.
But early trends, what do you make of it?
The EVMs have not yet opened. Yeah, so there's no point calling anything now. Yes.
Early trends, I think the most important thing I have seen is the JDU recovering ground after the fall in 2020. That is extremely significant because that will actually also decide a lot of other things on the ground and in government formation.
Rahul, quickly, and then I'll complete.
Just continuing that point, I think there seems to be greater synergy within the alliance partner of NDA. Everyone seems to be contributing in proportion to the number of seats they are contesting. On the other hand, alliance, there was lopsided, like RJD is really big party, it was contesting 143 seats, but it seems Congress, which was the party which is contesting 60 odd seats, almost 1/5, and their performance continues to be poor.
When you delete 65 lakh voters, when you
it is very important.
जरा सुन लीजिए sir, फिर बोल उसके बाद please add on. When you delete 65 lakh voters, mostly from opposition's voters, what do you expect on result day? Democracy cannot survive if the playing field is tilted even before the match begins. Hashtag SIR, hashtag vote chori. Guess who?
Can I just?
Manikam Tagore.
Manikam Tagore is saying, but I think Zaka, we must on a more serious note look at this as if they are postal ballot. Counting is going on. Postal ballot people, they have a socio-political profile. We must take cognizance of it and wait and watch.
Fair enough.
I think the picture is far from clear now.
But then you should say that to Manikam Tagore also.
I think you have a better line with him.
Yes, postal ballots, but I think what's important there, I think I'd reiterate the point being made. Yeah. The NDA alliance sees 2 important partners actually taking the alliance forward, whereas in the case of the India alliance, it's just one party which is doing the job there. And as mentioned earlier, if JDU is leading in 36 seats, I think if you look at the map where those 36 seats are, a lot of those are seats which they actually lost in 2020 thanks to the LJP's work in those seats. So they are recovering those seats, they are doing well in those areas. And that, I think, is an important development that these...
I think when a party does well across regions, it's a sign that, the wind is behind their back.
Confidence, Babu.
The Bihar election is about arithmetic and, you see RJD is not doing badly, 35 seats.
Yeah, of course.
It's almost single-handedly pulling the weight. But
No, there is vote chori. RJD, how is it? It is doing 65 lakh voters gone. How is RJD doing well? Yeah.
Also, if these trends hold, then another very clear picture is that it's total decimation of the Congress when it comes to regional issues, right? Yeah. So this will have a multiplier effect on state elections in other assembly
Listen to the local
despite
partner.
Yatra, despite Yatra.
Listen to the local partner ki local ground ka mudda kya hai.
But one more point, I think, like
sir, please listen.
I'm listening and
sir.
In the a couple of months back, there was a lot of conversation about Prashant Kishore and JSP, and I think now at least that seems to be completely. The chances of them even to basically touch double digit is very, very difficult.
No, when I
Yeah, I understood, but I don't want to pander into that conversation anymore.
May I say that two things I want to point out. One, that the NDA is with two big
Parties
engines.
pulling together, yeah.
The India alliance is stuck with just the RJD. But if you look at region-wise and whatever we can make of the trend right now, in the Bhagalpur belt, the NDA is sweeping at the moment. In the Bhojpur belt, sorry. In the Bhagalpur belt, they are sort of, look at that, 12-1.
Yeah.
Right?
But this is Nitish Kumar's belt. And again, I don't know the breakup between the BJP and the NDA, but you would imagine that the JDU is ahead.
Yeah.
It's 6-4.
In the Bhagalpur belt, it's even Stevens at the moment. But in Magad, the NDA is quite far ahead at the moment.
All right. Oh, yeah, in Magad, yeah, it's 22-12. Last time it's in
time
Magad
this
that
is
the
where they
RJD
lost
actually did well because of both the left parties as well as the RJD.
Bhojpur belt.
Bhojpur mein NDA aage.
Reporting a little less, but again, if they are leading 99 seats across the 12-12, it's almost neck and neck. It's always
And
neck and
in
neck.
Simhanchal, it's also neck and neck.
Right. We've got 156, 157 leads. The NDA is just about to touch the 100 mark. Now, if you look at the halfway right above there, they're going to touch the 100 mark. Another 25 leads, 24 leads, they would breach the halfway mark. The NDA, that's where it is. At the NDA at 99, 40 for the BJP, 41 for the LJP. That's their best ever performance. If this 8 holds, that will be their best ever performance.
NDA is at 100.
NDA is at 100. So 100 leads this morning for the NDA. The early trend showing that the NDA is walking away, marching comfortably, leaving the opposition behind, far behind. It's not a neck and neck race, almost halfway distance, 50%, 54 for the INDIA, 100 for the 102 for the NDA. That's what the leads are at this point. 102 again, racing up to the halfway mark faster. Viewers, right at the top of the screen, you can see this is the halfway belt, and this will keep tracking who's past the post. 102 right above the screen. I'm just pointing to right to the top of the screen, and you can see it. It's firing there. 102 leads for the NDA. 103 now, so it's increasing, really increasing. Sandeep ji.
It's 8:45, which means we must be going beyond
Beyond
ballot.
Yeah, the EVMs will open. Just let's ask Griha. Griha, when is the EVM opening?
So
What's the
EVM
update?
has opened.
EVMs have opened. Let's break that. EVMs have opened.
JDU is the one that's leading. We have so far called 3, in fact, seats where JDU is leading. Supal, there's also Mahanagar, and there's also Rajapakar. JDU is leading from all of these 3 constituencies. Zaka.
All right, one other interesting point. Last time MIM did pretty well. He had 5 MLAs. This time MIM has not opened its account. Let's look at the others. Let's try and see if he's opened his account yet. I think he's opened it in one place. Yeah, it's down 5 because all the 5 were MIM seats. This time I think the Muslim vote, particularly in Simhanchal, seems to have gravitated towards the India alliance. They don't want to do the MIM experiment again if these leads hold.
Yes. Anybody? There was some conversation. Yes. Tell us.
No. We were just talking about the AIMIM. And I think for that, at least, one needs to give some credit to the Congress, because there was a feeling across the board that this time AIM is getting no purchase in Bihar because of huge consolidation, thanks to both the RJD and the Congress, because of the stance taken by Rahul Gandhi.
Or have the Muslim voters gone back to their traditional voter bases or who their
No,
loyalties
for
were?
that they
Be it
need
the
to get
JDU
some
candidate,
confidence also.
Be it the JDU candidate, be it the RJD or
No,
Congress
they need to
candidate.
get some confidence also.
Or even the BJP candidate.
Yeah.
But also, let's also keep in mind that in the NDA, not only are the 2 big partners doing their job, the third partner also is contributing and not contributing in a negative way like last time.
Yes.
So that
So
I
it's
think is
8.
also a crucial factor.
Last time it was just 1, but this time it's already 8. The RLM has 5, the HAM has 3. So the smaller partners, you're right, the smaller partners are also pulling their weight. Already just between these 2, they are up 13 from last time. So that's a significant jump up.
And Zaka, that VIP is not doing well. I mean,
And that
they have
VIP is
not
not
opened
doing
account
well,
and they
yes.
were offered Deputy Chief Minister post also.
No, for all that they did about Mukesh Sahni, because the moment they announced him as Deputy
He's
CM,
still
they
not
parked
opened
him.
his account. VIP is still not opened his account. It's still
He
at
was
0.
worried that his brother, who's contesting, that they were going to buy out the candidate, and the Congress had fielded another candidate there.
Yeah, and most exit polls were actually indicating that VIP.
Importance of the LJP factor in this, because of the last time when they were fighting against and they cut a lot of So somewhere, out, 36 seats at least, they made the difference for of victory and defeat
So right now
for
they're
the India
leading in
Alliance
8
last time.
seats. 3 seats in the southern belt, south of Magad, 1 in Bhojpur. He's also got a bunch of seats here in the eastern part of the state. These are the 8 leads that the LJP is currently in.
Yeah, interestingly, now the JDU and the BJP have opened up a lead against the RJD. RJD is less than 40 leads. The JDU is the single largest party with 46 leads.
That's
BJP
the story of
44.
the election.
RJD is at 39 leads right now. Yeah.
JDU.
All right. I mean, look at where the pockets from where JDU and BJP are getting. This part, of course, you would expect Nitish Kumar, but this part, the Mithilanchal part, you don't necessarily expect him to do well. Here in the Champarans, he's got 3-4 seats. Here in Simanchal as well, he's got about 3 or 4 seats where he's leading in. So I think, here a bunch of seats right in the heart of the state, again, a bunch of leads. So the JDU is opening up in different regions, and that is an indication. That is an indication already. Remember, he's already at 46. Last time he only had 43. So he's already leading in more number of constituencies than last time. I suspect if these trends hold, this figure will inch closer towards 65, maybe even 70.
Well, 105 for the NDA in terms of the leads out of 167. So we've got more than half the number of have leads coming to about 175, 180 leads. And let's look at this. Ye JDU, NDA and Mahagathbandhan ki cycle wahan se aa rahi hai, dheere dheere dauda ke, and halfway number viewers is 122. The NDA is 107. So this cycle is now 105, and even as he's coming down, well, that number has gone up. It's become 107. So that means very soon they will be past this halfway number of 122 and into comfortably getting into a position of being able to form government. Ji,
the NDA has 2 out of every 3 leads. So it's
almost,
in the leads, it's leading in.
Yeah, 2 out of every 3 leads.
107 and 58. Yeah,
109 and 58.
Yeah,
so 2 out of every 3 leads are going towards the NDA. So this could be quite a runaway victory. 160 seems possible if these trends hold. And now, viewers, EVMs have opened. So we are also now into round 1 of counting across a lot of counting centers, or the 46 counting centers. We just try and go to Griha at the live result hub to understand how many counting centers EVM counting has already begun, because these leads now are beyond the postal ballots. So they should start consolidating and settling very soon. Yes, Griha.
Okay, Anand, we are still figuring out the routes of counting. Right now, we have about 4 leads that are coming in from EVMs, but one new player on the leaderboard, that is AIMIM, they have shown that lead, and there is one candidate from the AIMIM that is right now leading, Akhtarul Iman from Amor. So that's a new addition that we can tell you. So far, the EVMs have just about opened up. We are still seeing where the leads are coming in early on. But right now, we do see JDU is leading. Randhir Kumar Soni from Sheikhpura is leading. There is another BJP candidate, Pramod Kumar Sinha from Roxol, who is also leading. So all of these leads are coming in.
The JDU now leads in 50 seats. The JDU now leads in 50 seats. BJP in 48. The RJD in 40. Interestingly, the left is leading in more seats than the Congress party. And the NDA overall on 113 seats, just 9 short of the halfway mark. 9 short of the halfway mark in these morning trends and the early leads for the NDA.
So
that's
VIP has just opened. VIP has just opened its account. We'll try and see which that seat is. Griha might have more on that. But Congress leading in 9, but if you put all the left parties together, they're leading in 10. But the problem for the India Alliance, again, it's the RJD that's pulling its weight for the entire alliance. The rest of the partners don't seem to be pulling their weight. 40 for the RJD, between Congress, left, VIP, everyone put together, it's barely about 15 seats.
But is the RJD strike rate also looking weaker than the last time around, Zaka?
Absolutely,
is it looking weaker?
The strike rate is looking weaker because A, they contested more seats this time around, and B, they're not winning as much as they did last time around. Whose strike rate is improving as far as the NDA is concerned? It's the JDU, because it's already +7 from last time. Remember, the JDU won just 43 last time. The BJP had won 75, 74, so they're down 24. But remember, they're fighting less seats this time as well. Last time they fought 115, this time they're fighting 101. So you have to discount that extra 14 seats. But the BJP, it seems, has sort of decided to play second fiddle this time around, giving equal seats to JDU, and JDU is backing up that faith by increasing its tally already at 50. Like I said, if it goes at this rate, I suspect he will be pushing.
In fact, They decided we'll be 50-50 partner, and they are currently doing 50-50 partnership. That's what's happening. 101 seats each, and they're going at 50-51 seats as a lead down to 38. So some of the leads are transferring to the NDA. Is it a runaway victory? Look at the leads. Seats, just 5 more leads and they would be past the halfway mark, or they would be at the halfway mark of 122. 6 more leads and at 123 they would be past the post in terms of leads, and that would be significant. Look at the INDIA, it's just less than half now. Now exactly 2 out of the 3 leads are now going towards the NDA, as Sandeep Shastriji was saying, and more importantly the cameo roles are also happening. So it's like a team play that's going on, because some of the smaller partners are also pulling their weight.
Yeah, I mean,
contrary
LJP
to
at
the
8, RLM at 5, Ham Party at 3. That itself is 16 seats, 16 leads as of now. So that is also contributing to this of 117. If you take away these 16, they'll be closer to 100. Again, that would, but that you would expect, because if the bigger parties are pulling their weight, then it has a sort of knock-on effect for the smaller ones as well. In the India alliance, that's not happening.
If this holds, you know, one thing would be very, very clear, that Rahul Gandhi's this yatra has damaged the alliance in many, many ways. One is that the whole optics of Rahul Gandhi preceding over Tejaswi there, who is the much stronger partner, you know, that actually pissed off the
Rahul
RJD.
Gandhi Yatra seats, 135 out of 243. The NDA is leading in 90 out of those, and India Alliance only at 41.
And
so
then
clearly
delaying the chief
impact.
ministerial candidate announcement from the Congress's side. I mean, Gehlot had to come in and then announce it,
Correct.
which Rahul should have done it.
Correct.
You know.
I think, you see, the Congress had played at, done a kind of bit of a gambling by changing its, social profile in Bihar, where they have tried, instead of consolidating on upper caste with the traditional vote bank, they moved towards the economically backward classes, etc. And took on JDU, that vote constituency, which they have not been very successful as far as this trend goes. So I think that is something that is, so they experimented, which has failed, or a boomerang.
So even on the Rahul Yatra seats, look at that. Congress only leading in 8, RJD leading in 27. So clearly there was a minimal impact of the SIR Yatra.
No, क्या कह रहे हैं sir?
Yes.
Sir.
Yes, because they took on JDU, and JDU is just emerging stronger. So obviously the Congress is going to be the loser.
No, but the Congress, 1, gave the wrong tickets. 2, decided to unnecessarily create all this drama about who will be the CM face.
No, I
3,
don't think that was
pulled the cart in a different direction. Here Tejaswi is drumming up something, and this guy comes and pulls the yatra and the whole thing towards somewhere. So did you actually,
I think that's
did the chori happen of the narrative actually?
Look, you are entitled to your
Did the
view.
chori
I
happen
don't
of
think
the
there
narrative
was
and not the vote?
any
Yeah.
doubt in the mind of a voter there that if the Mahagathbandhan wins, then Mr. Tejaswi Yadav will be the chief minister. There was no doubt about it. It was just that whether they said it or not, that's a matter
Sir,
of...
it is like the non-striker,
121.
the batsman calling for a single and the non-striker said, "No boundary mark." No, non-striker, no boundary mark.
India is just one shot of majority.
One shot of majority, one shot of halfway mark, one shot of halfway mark.
Now it is
one shot. Now 122, the NDA at the halfway mark. There you go, the cycle of the NDA with the Litti Choka coming all the way and swinging right under the halfway mark. That's where it is. NDA and the Mahagathbandhan and the INDIA left far behind. The NDA 122, 2 out of 3 leads this morning are going the NDA's way. There you go. And as it goes past right at 122, and we'll see whether or not the next lead takes it past the post and gets it past the post. That's where it is. Right at the halfway mark is the NDA. The specialty choka this morning is going their way. 63 leads, half. 50%, 2 out of the 3 leads have gone to the NDA. This looks like a runaway victory, sir. अभी तो 200 सीट का भी lead नहीं आया है. 190 पर पहुंच रहे हैं.
See, I think like what India Alliance did in terms of SIR Yatra, I think that was fine, because what it did, it actually mobilizes your cadres. So, but you had to build on from there. The problem is that the 2 partners sort of like campaign on very different narrative.
Correct.
Congress never left the SIR narrative, and by the sort of like campaign started, RJD and Tejaswi Yadav wanted a very different kind of narrative. So campaign didn't look cohesive for the India Alliance as it did for NDA.
So the NDA is now
I think
crossed
they
the
made the
halfway
same
mark. It's at
mistakes they made in the
124.
Lok Sabha
124.
124. big leads as far as the JDU is concerned. The BJP, JDU neck and neck. BJP is down 19 from last time. They had 75. The JDU at 53, already plus 10 seats. The LJP, RLM and the HAM are pulling their weight. There are 16 seats between the three smaller parties. But it's the JDU, BJP story all the way, and in particular the JDU story, because they are gaining 10 seats from last time. As far as the RJD India alliance is concerned, again, the bulk of the heavy hitting is being done by the RJD. It too is getting from different parts of the state. From the southern part of the state, they should have done better. They did better in the southern part, south of Magad last time around. They haven't this time around. We're also awaiting more results from that part. But they're also opening up in the central part of the state. You would expect them to do well in Simanchal. But look at the differential between the senior partner and junior partner. 45 to the RJD. That's down 30. Last time he had 75. In fact, when there is on result day, they were the single largest party. They're down 30 from last time. The Congress at 19. They're down 9 from last time, leading only in 10. And the left parties between them have 10 seats. The VIP has opened its account in 1 seat. So right now we're looking at 124 to 68.
Right from day one, and never said this out loud, I'm saying it, the results may be irrespective of what the results are, was always of the opinion that in Bihar, Tejasvi should fight alone. Tejasvi should fight with some of the smaller local Bihar groups and then keep it open to tie up with the Congress once the results are settled. Perhaps the traction and perhaps the turnout for and the strike rate of the RJD would have gone up far greater had they fought in more number of seats and done better rather than ally with the Congress. Yeah.
Trends forward, the point which Rahul made about the campaign of the India alliance not being
cohesive,
going together. On the other hand, if you look at the NDA campaign, though the JDU and BJP campaign were distinctive in their own ways, they were not pulling in opposite directions. The JDU focused on Nitish's government, the BJP focused on their central leadership and their governments in other states. So, in a sense, that complemented each other and did not lead to the challenges which you are seeing in the case of the India alliance.
Yes,
There's also a story here to follow, continuing this discussion, that AIMIM, like the narrative that was built, that it's a B team of the BJP, I think that has worked. And then also the credit that was Congress, that they have consistently hyper-focused on minority issues and internationalized some of those issues. So I do think that that little shift has happened, although it does establish a 20-something% base, voter base for them. The rest of it has
even region-wise, look at where the Congress has opened its account. 6 out of the 9 leads that they have right now are all in Simanchal. And you would imagine that that's the case, and that is how it's plotting itself on the map. But I think the problem...
That's what happened in Delhi Assembly also, if you remember.
The AIMIM voter, or those who the Muslim votes that did not want to vote for the BJP or the NDA, earlier gravitated to the AIMIM, now seem to have gone to the Congress, because last time those AIM candidates immediately after elections defected into and joined the RJD. So they said कि अरे यही करने वाला तो उसी को दे दें. साकेत मिश्रा जी, good morning.
Morning.
ये तो बिहार आपके बगल में ही है, आपके जहाँ से आप आते हैं, ईस्टर्न यूपी. थोड़ा सा दूर, ज्यादा नहीं. पर आपको क्या लग रहा है, हवा कैसी चल रही है?
हवा अच्छी चल रही है. I mean, it's a basic contradiction. I mean, when I stepping away from all the detailed discussions, I think one side there's a party that to whatever extent is believable in terms of what they want to do, the NDA, and they have a coherent program. The other side, you have a bunch of contradictory guys who actually do not have a common program, common ideology, except hate Modi. And that eventually cannot be a reason for governance. And Tejasvi, I suppose, has lost his value. So, you can have a chat GPT employment program, but without thinking, it doesn't really work.
So let me ask you this. The last time around, the NDA and the BJP had an attack dog in Chirag Paswan who was attacking Nitish. This time around, there was nobody like that. Why the recalibration? And it was all Nitish all the way. Why?
Because I think everybody realized that he is, in the circumstances, the best leader there is, and has the maturity to run the government and pull everybody together, and is performing, I would say, better than most chief ministers in the recent past in Bihar.
Now with 200 leads, the NDA is at 130, better, 5 more than what they had the last time around. With 43 leads more to come, can the NDA cross the 160 mark now in terms of leads? If these trends, if these leads hold, is the 160 looking possible?
Yes, it is looking possible, provided the numbers that are coming from the ground are actually correct, right?
Yeah.
Like if
the EVM countings have become, these are Now the counting centers, what they are reporting, these leads, moment it comes to 243, you will see more or less settling. Over the course of the next hour, hour and a half, you will see the leads largely settling.
Yeah, I think after an hour, things will become far more. Of course, India seems to have an advantage.
No, because 2 out of 3 leads away for that to be reversed looks nearly impossible, although anything can happen with respect to Bihar. I would still hedge that and say that. But in this case, if 130 out of 200 leads, 201 out of 42 seats more to be declared, is 160 for the NDA looking possible?
It is looking possible, but personally, I can tell you that even if they get 125 seats, it doesn't make a difference beyond a point. A miss is as good as a mile. You get 1 or 2 seats over the halfway mark. You're forming the government.
But does it matter if JDU is higher than the BJP?
That will matter on the ground because it show that a lot of things that we have been talking about in terms of the public discourse and among the people in that state, it has translated in terms of sentiment. Everybody says that, the Bihar election is about arithmetic. I thought that this time it was very, very sentiment driven.
It was sentimental
for 2 reasons. Last time the BJP became much larger than JDU. So there was this whole thing that this is Nitish Kumar's last election, he's wiped out, all of that. Also that he could be removed as chief minister later point. If he's far bigger, then it is in Bihar, but also for national politics. Because Nitish Kumar's importance for national politics becomes far more important. He becomes as powerful as Chandrababu Naidu.
Within the central
government. Right now the breakup is BJP is leading in 59, the JDU in 54. But the JDU is up 11 from last time. The JDU won just 43 because 30 odd seats, the LJP factor hurt the JDU. So the JDU has picked up. The LJP did not have any seats last time. It's leading in 9, RLM in 5 and the Harm in 3. So that's 17 seats just within the 3 smaller parties. But it's really the story of these two, the bigger partners who are pulling their weight, and they are really...
The BJP is showing minus 15 because there are still about 40 leads to come. Yeah. So they may make up and they may still emerge as the single largest party within the NDA. Maybe 2 or 3 seats ahead of the JDU, or maybe 2 or 3 seats behind the JDU.
Number is for compared to last time number. It's not about whether they're gaining.
Also, BJP is fighting less seats this time.
It's fighting much lesser seats.
If BJP and JDU are going to have similar numbers, then RJD cannot mathematically have number closer them. So then, in case the fight is going to be between JDU and BJP, who emerges number 1, and given just 202 out of 243, if you project that number, NDA will be 161.
Well, 130 leads out of 202 leads. 130 leads out of 202 leads for the NDA, 2 in 3 going towards the NDA as of now. That's what it's indicatively looking like. Now there's a little bit of a slip. NDA now comes down to 129. See, now these leads will start transacting a little and swinging a little. But we've got Sohail Seth also joining us. Sohail ji, good morning.
Good morning.
Bihar settled lag raha hai aapko?
I still think it's even Stevens. I don't think you can call the election in any which way. I'm only worried about what Prashant Kishore said once in an interview where he said he doesn't want to be chief minister, but he wouldn't mind being kingmaker. So depending on how Jan Swaraj does, it's still
Jan Swaraj is leading in 3 seats as of now, Sohail ji.
So well, he can't be kingmaker. I can't imagine him even making a pawn, if you take the chess analogy. But it's still early. See, the problem I have is not with NDA or with the Mahagathbandhan. My problem is, and you know this better than I do, that you've had a chief minister who's been in power almost for 20 years. The affairs is pitiable. Now, if he gets re-elected, I have to give credit for that more to Amit Shah than to Nitish Kumar, because this would require skillful electoral management when you've actually not done real development for the people. So, I mean, that's my belief.
So but in terms of real development, the pull from Raghav that connects Raghopur to